Welcome back to Englishwala. Today I am going to discuss a very important topic, and it is one of the most important topics in the parts of speech in English language, and it is adjective. Adjective is very important because we have so many types of adjectives and we have to know all of them. There are actually 10 types of adjectives, but today in this lesson I will discuss only 4 types: proper adjective, qualitative adjective, quantitative adjective, and numeral adjectives. Now, I request you to lend me your eyes and ears along with your mind. So let's proceed. What is adjective? The term adjective is derived from the Latin expression nomen adjectivum. Actually, it was then considered to be a kind of noun in Latin and Greek. It was considered to be a kind of noun, and what we know today as the noun was called then nomen substantivum. So, nomen adjectivum, nomen substantivum. However, nomen adjectivum means attributive name. Attributive name. If we break the term adjective, we get 2 parts. Ad means here 2 words, and gesture, that is thrown. That means it is thrown towards the noun to qualify the noun. It has a semantic role. The semantic role is actually it gives information, or rather it gives information about the noun, or it changes. Rather, semantic role is to change information given by the noun. Now, adjective, so in very simple words, adjective means put near or added to. That means put near the noun, not in all the cases. Sometimes it is not put near the noun. Sometimes it is positioned at the place of the predicate. There is the predication usage. Or it means added to. However, it adds to the meaning of the noun. Now, adjective is a word, if we define it, adjective is a word which adds something to the meaning of a noun or a noun equivalent. Obviously, it may be a noun or a pronoun or a noun phrase, etc. Now, in linguistics, an adjective is a word that modifies. Here modifies means changes the meaning, a noun or a noun equivalent, or describes its referent. And I have already told you its semantic role is to change information given by the noun. For example, open the window. That means I talk about a particular window. Open a window. That means any window. So you can think a, the, or the, or an. There are 4 articles: a, an, the, and the. I'll discuss in another class, in another lesson, in another video about these articles. However, they are adjectives. They are adjectives, all determinants are adjectives, all articles are adjectives. So if I say open a window, that means any window. But if I say open the window, it gives a particular, it denotes a particular window. Again, if I say open the big window, so at once into our mind comes the picture of a big window. So it changes the meaning of the noun. It gives additional information about the noun. So this is the role played by the adjective. Now, positions of adjective. According to the positions of use, the adjectives are of two types: attributive and predicative. Attributive means the adjective should be used just before the noun or just after the noun or very close to the noun. But predicative is the predicative use of the adjective. When the noun referred, when the noun qualified is in the subject position, but the adjective is in the predication, then it is the predicative adjective. Let us discuss. Attributive, when an adjective precedes or follows the noun or noun equivalent. Suppose there is a noun or a pronoun or a noun phrase. If the adjective is placed before that noun or just after that noun, when an adjective precedes or follows the noun or noun equivalent, it may precede or follow. So attributive does not mean that it will only precede the noun or noun equivalent. It may follow the noun or noun equivalent, it qualifies. The adjective is said to be used attributively. Then it is said to be used attributively. So, what is the position of the attributive adjective? It is either placed before the noun or after the noun. That means very close to the noun, not obviously after the verb. For example, the new car is in the old garage. So here the noun that is qualified is car and new is the adjective. It has been placed before the noun. In the old garage, garage is the noun qualified, and here also the adjective old has been used just before that noun. Now let us see in the next example. Anything new pleases him. Anything new pleases him. So anything is the noun. New is the adjective. New qualifies anything. But new has been placed just after the noun. It is also the attributive use. Now there are certain adjectives which can be used only attributively, but most of the adjectives can be used both attributively and predicatively. But some adjectives are there which cannot be used predicatively, they can be used only attributively. What are they? Olden. During the olden days, you cannot use olden in the predicate part of the sentence. Olden, that means if the noun qualified is in the subject position. Olden, mere, elder. My elder brother said this. I cannot say my brother is elder. No, it cannot be used predicatively. Inner, outdoor, particular, main, upper, sole, only, etc. can be used only attributively. So you are to keep these adjectives. There are some other adjectives too in your mind that they can be used only attributively, not at all predicatively. So let us sum up. What is attributive adjective? Attributive adjective is used either just before the noun or just after the noun qualified, which is qualified. It is not used after the verb. Again, we can say that the attributive adjective is used very, very close to the noun. Now let us see predicative adjective. Predicative use of adjectives. When an adjective does not immediately precede or follow the noun or noun equivalent it qualifies, the adjective is said to be used predicatively. And it is used after the verb. It is used after the verb. So just from the verb, the boy went there, just from the verb, it is the predication. So it is used after the verb. But mind you, keep it in your mind that the noun qualified should be in the subject position. It will not be placed, that very noun will not be placed in the predication. For example, in this case, the noun belongs to the subject and the adjective belongs to the predicate of the sentence. And this is the key sentence. This is the key thing, main thing. In this case, the noun belongs to the subject and the adjective belongs to the predicate of the sentence. For example, the man is courageous. Courageous is the adjective. It has been placed in the predicate of the sentence, but it qualifies the man which is in the subject. The boy turned pale. The boy is the noun that has been qualified. Turned pale. Pale is the adjective. It qualifies the boy, but the boy is in the subject's position. But this very adjective is in the predication. It tastes sweet. It is sweet. It is sweet. It has been qualified and sweet has been used in the predication. But like attributive adjectives, there are some predicative adjectives also which can be used only predicatively. They cannot be used attributively. Alone, for example, a few adjectives such as asleep, awake, alone, you can remember it very easily because most of the words with a affixation are used as the prefix. Most of the adjectives, they are used predicatively only. You cannot say the asleep boy, you cannot say the awake boy, you cannot say the alone boy. Alike, afraid, aloof, aware, content, afloat, well, the well thing, etc. are used only predicatively. So we cannot say the afraid boy. No, the boy is afraid. We cannot say the aware man. The man is aware. So these are used only predicatively. So let us sum up. Predicative adjective is the adjective that qualifies a noun or noun equivalent which is in the position of the subject, but the adjective itself is in the position of the predicate. Clear? Now classification of adjectives so far as their meanings are concerned. Actually, adjective can be divided into two groups, attributive and predicative, according to the position. Now, according to their meaning, we can classify them into 10 categories, 10 groups, semantically. That means, so far as the meaning is concerned, semantically adjectives may be arranged under the following 10 groups. What are they? Proper adjective, qualitative adjective or descriptive adjective, quantitative adjective, numeral adjective, demonstrative adjective, distributive adjective, possessive adjective, interrogative adjective, emphatic adjective and exclamatory adjective. And in this video, I will discuss 4 types of adjectives: proper adjective, qualitative adjective, quantitative adjective and numeral adjective. In the next lesson, I will discuss the other 6 types. Now let us proceed. Proper adjective. The very name indicates that this adjective is formed out of proper noun. The adjectives which are formed from proper nouns are called proper adjectives. For example, Shakespearean sonnets have a specific structure. Here the adjective is Shakespearean and it is formed from the name Shakespeare. What is Nehruvian socialism? Nehruvian, it is formed from the name Nehru. Lack of wealth is the root of all evil is a Shavian maxim. Shavian. It is the adjective form of adjective which is formed from the name Shaw. George Bernard Shaw. I love nothing Chinese but food. I love only thing that is Chinese, is loved by me, is the food. So Chinese is the adjective which is derived from the name China, name of a country. Again, we can have the compounding, an adjective which is formed from two names. In that case, both the parts will have the capital letter, the initial one. This is an Indo-British project. Indo stands for Indian, British stands for Britain. So India from India, Indo, British from Britain. So Indo-British project. Now, keep it in mind, the initial letter of a proper adjective is always capital, quote unquote, always capital, except when it gives a general sense. Some adjectives in the olden days, rather some adjectives were formed from certain names, but they have now changed, they are now used in a general sense. For example, an adjective which was formed from the hero, the fictitious hero, Don Quixote. So the adjective is quixotic. It is derived from a name, but it gives a general sense now. It is used in a general sense nowadays. Quixotic. Quixotic means foolish. So in that case, we are not going to use the capital letter. He made a quixotic mistake, a blunder, a foolish mistake. Quixotic mistake. Again, you know, Titan who reigned before the Olympians, any of the family of giants. So Titans, it is Titan is also a name, but today the adjective titanic refers to huge. They were very strong, the Titans were very strong and very powerful. So Titanic now means huge. There were titanic explosions. Though these adjectives, there are so many, though the adjectives like quixotic, titanic are proper adjectives, but they are now used as the qualitative adjective. They are no more used as the proper adjective because, and for that reason, the initial letters are not made capital. So I think it is clear now what proper adjective is. Now qualitative adjective, the name says, the term qualitative adjectives. That means it describes the quality. And it is also called the descriptive adjective. I already told you. It is also called the descriptive adjective. It describes the quality of the noun or the noun equivalent. A qualitative adjective is used to describe the features or qualities of a noun or noun equivalent. It answers the question of what kind. Of what kind? Ask a question with the noun. Of what kind? And the answer is the qualitative adjective. Most of the qualitative adjectives, all adjectives are not gradable with superlative, comparative or positive degree. Most of the qualitative adjectives are gradable with superlative, comparative and positive forms. Now, usual order of qualitative adjective is, there may be several qualitative adjectives. It may be regarding the size, it may be the general description, age, shape, color, material it is made of or made from, origin. Again, the ing forms of verbs, the gerund while using in the nominal compound. So all these are qualitative adjectives. Now, how should we use them? We should follow an order. But sometimes, for the sake of emphasis, we can change the order. It doesn't matter. But try to follow this order. And if you want to change, you do change. You can do it for the sake of emphasis. Now, what is the usual order? At first, we should write size, general description, age, and the adjective little. And the adjective little. Sometimes little, old, young, little, these three adjectives sometimes do not use the size or the age. Sometimes it is used, they are used combined with the noun. Isn't it? The little old lady, the young woman, it does not always upholds the age. It's simply the young woman. It's the combination with noun. So age, then the adjective little, shape, color, material, origin, and the ing forms when forming nominal compound. It will be the last one, isn't it? I have a long, beautiful, old walking stick. I have a long, size, beautiful, general description, old age, walking stick. I can say it in this way. So this is the general rule. Now let us see some examples. Use of qualitative or descriptive adjectives. We can use commas. Again, we may not use commas. If we use several qualitative adjectives in a sentence for a noun or a noun equivalent. I have used commas in some cases. I may not use. The painting was blue, pink, purple and green. And when comma is used, before the last one we should use and. So the painting was blue, pink, purple and green. Now big, round, old, red silk hats. Big, size, round, shape, old, age, red, color, silk, material. Big, round, old, red silk hats were on sale. A long, heavy, carved, shining steel sword was in his hand. Rather, it should be C-A-R-V-E-D, carved. Sorry for the mistake. An inquisitive brown dog stole into the kitchen. It was a beautiful walking stick. Oh, sorry. This one should be C-U-R-V-E-D. It was because a long, heavy, carved shape. Here the shape. Shining steel sword was in his hand. An inquisitive brown dog stole into the kitchen. It was a beautiful walking stick. The old red plastic bucket was broken. A little old lady entered. A pensive but pleasant song. So, the red colored parts, the red colored words are the adjectives, the qualitative ones or the descriptive adjectives. I think it is clear now. Now, quantitative adjective, quantitative. That means it refers to the quantity of the noun or the noun equivalent that it qualifies. An adjective that denotes an indefinite quantity of something is called a quantitative adjective. It must be, it denotes the, mind you, it must be indefinite quantity. It answers the question, how much? How much? They always qualify uncountable nouns or noun equivalents. Some of them can also be used as indefinite numeral adjective. Some of them can be used both as the quantitative adjective and indefinite numeral adjectives. For example, some is actually a quantitative adjective. I want some sugar. I want some water. So it is a quantitative adjective. But in some cases, we can use as the indefinite numeral adjective for the countable nouns. Some boys, that means I do not know exactly the number of the boys. Some boys, indefinite number. Some boys were playing. No animals can be seen. No is also a quantitative adjective, but it can be used as the indefinite numeral adjective. What are the examples? What are the examples of quantitative adjective? Much, some, little, no, enough, sufficient, great, any, all, etc. are the examples of quantitative adjective. Particularly, the students face a problem regarding little, a little, the little, few, a few, the few. I'll discuss in a separate lesson all these things. So these are the quantitative adjectives. Now, let us see the usage. Give me some sunlight. Give me some sunlight. Sunlight is an uncountable noun, and here it has been qualified by some. This is an adjective, and it denotes an indefinite amount. I have no money. No is also the quantitative adjective. Shall not give him any time. Shall not give him any time. Take great care of yourself. Great is the quantitative adjective. I am a man of little knowledge. I am a man of little knowledge. Had we but world enough? Had we but world enough? Had we but world enough? Enough is the adjective for the noun world. He wants some care and concern. Some is for care and concern, the quantitative adjective. He offered me much help. Much is the quantitative adjective. Her income was sufficient for her needs. Sufficient. We have had all the fun. All is also the quantitative adjective. Now, numeral adjectives. A numeral adjective tells us how many, the very name, at first I must make it clear, how the term numeral adjective tells how many, the number, isn't it? So, a numeral adjective tells us how many or in what order the noun is in. In what order? There are 3 boys. They are standing according to their roll number, the first, the second, the third. So, one is a numeral adjective. There is one boy. There is the first boy. It is also the numeral adjective because the first one tells us how many, and the second one, the first boy, tells us what order, the order of the boy, the position. Numeral adjectives are of 4 kinds. It's very important. Cardinals, ordinals, multiplicatives, and indefinite. Cardinals. The cardinal numerals express number in its simplest form as 1, 2, 3, 100, 1000, etc. So, cardinals are the simplest numbers. The numbers in their simplest forms. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 and whatever the number may be are the cardinals. I met 1 boy and 2 girls. Three witches fanned the fire of ambition in Macbeth. Rosalind had only one well-wisher. 10,000 rupees is not a frugal amount. 20 girls performed on the stage. So whenever there is any number that qualifies the noun, that tells about the noun, is the cardinal numeral adjective. So what will be the ordinal? From here we can say, I met one boy. What is the ordinal for one? The first. So I met the first boy and the second girl. They are the ordinals. Let us see. Ordinals, an ordinal number is an adjective that denotes what place the noun has in a certain order. In your class, you have different roll numbers. There are suppose 50 students, and according to the performance or according to their time of admission, their roll numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are cardinal numbers. But if I say, who is the first boy or the first girl? The first, the second, the third, the fourth, they are the ordinal numbers because they state an order. Ordinals are generally used as the attributive. Generally they are used as the attributive, that means near the noun, just before the noun or after the noun, particularly before the noun. Ordinals are preceded by the, because the ordinals tell us a fixed position. So a fixed one. So a definite article is used the. The positions like first, fifth, 60th, again umpteenth. Umpteen means a large number of. Umpteenth, the last one, the last of the many, last, etc. are the examples of ordinals. The second boy seconded my proposal in a second. The second boy, not the first. Number 2, the second boy seconded my proposal, supported my proposal in a second. So the second boy here, this second is the ordinal numeral adjective. His 100th sin was completed. 100th sin was completed. Here we have used a possessive. The third Pandava was really a great hero. The third Pandava. He smoothed his tie for the umpteenth time. That means he did it for many times before that, and now this is the last time. For the umpteenth time. It was not the last battle. So these are the ordinal numeral adjectives. Now multiplicative adjectives. The very term says multiplication. So single, double, treble or triple. The multiplicative adjective denotes how many fold the qualified noun is. How many fold. So there was a double knock at the door. I had to pay twofold fees in my college. So double, treble or triple, twofold, manifold, all these are multiplicative adjectives. Now indefinite numeral adjectives, it shows indefinite number of the noun. It precedes a countable noun in plural form. Generally, it is placed before the noun and the noun is in plural. But there are certain indefinite numeral adjectives, they can be used as singular also. Certain, any and no, certain, any and no may be used as singular. These three, certain, any and no. Otherwise, they take plural nouns. For example, the indefinite numeral adjectives are many, several, few, certain, any, no, sundry, umpteen, all, some, etc. are the examples of indefinite numeral adjective. Now, let us use them in sentences. He did it for umpteen times, for many times. I do not know exactly the number of times. So he did it for umpteen times. There were some boys in the room, some boys, we do not know the definite number, but it denotes a number. There were some boys in the room. Are there any letters for me? Any, it can take plural noun. Again, is there any letter for me? It can also take singular noun. I am no fool. There are no trains in this lockdown period. There are no trains. So no can take both singular noun and plural noun. I made many mistakes. Many. I do not know exactly the number of mistakes I made. Few people have much wealth. Few people. Few. I do not know exactly the number. I have seen the movie several times. The exact number is not known. Several times. Certain things should be avoided. Certain things. How many things? I do not know. But certain things. A number of things. So, they denote number. They denote a number of the noun qualified or the noun equivalent qualified. But we do not know the exact number. So, they are the indefinite numeral adjectives. So, in my next lesson, I am going to discuss the other 6 types of adjective. Stay tuned. If my video proves to be helpful to you, please subscribe, like it, and press the subscribe button. Also the bell icon to be notified for my upcoming videos. Thank you a lot.